Okay, welcome to Informatica Developer Training. So as I have mentioned earlier, for this Informatica Developer, the prerequisite is SQL. Okay, SQL is mandatory. We have to learn the Oracle SQL or SQL Server SQL or anything is fine. And also we have to install it, the software, and practice it every day. Okay. And the Unix concept. So Unix also we have to practice it. So these two I will guide you. So I will give you the link, both Tamil and English, and also I will give you some exercises and notes, everything for these two. So please prepare it. Okay, prepare from the day itself, from first day itself. Okay, so on day by day, if you are learning this SQL, at least 2 days if you are completing day 1 and then day 2, day 3. So within 20 days, you will complete all the 10 days of SQL. Okay. So take 2 days for completing 1 day of SQL. That's enough, more than enough. So whenever we are going for any interview, right, they'll be asking 40% of the questions from SQL only. So that's why we have to learn SQL. And Unix also we have to learn. Okay. So this is Unix also we have to learn. And the Unix, I will give it to you. Okay. So Unix also I will give it to you. So that part I will give it to you. Okay. Am I audible to you all?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Chandra,
Yes,
your voice is cutting off, Chandra. So I don't know whether it is only for me or for everyone.
I think it's your network only. Okay. So now so that's what we need to learn this SQL and Unix. The basic concept of SQL and Unix is very important. Whenever we are going for Informatica developer interview or the work, the real-time work, so definitely we are going to work on the environment. Okay, this environment only. That's why we need to learn. And then Informatica setup. Okay, the setup. So now we have Informatica 10.4 version. Okay, so I will give you the software, the link and everything. After this session, I will send it to you. This 10.4 version, you can install it in your machine and then you can practice it. Okay, so I will how to install it, that also I will give it to you. No worries. If you have already installed 10.2, no issues, we can have 10.2 itself. But if you have 10. If you haven't installed, we can go for Informatica 10.4. And also if you are wishing to upgrade to 10.4, you can upgrade it.
10.4 will support the Windows 7.
Windows 7 64-bit we have.
Yes.
64-bit. Yeah,
Yes,
then it will support. Then it will
Okay.
support. Yeah.
Okay.
So I will guide you how to do it. Okay. So that I will guide you. So tomorrow I will take the session on Informatica setup, Informatica architecture and everything, so that you will understand how the Informatica architecture will be and how to install it. So that I will give it to you. But today I will send you the software. Please download it and keep it ready. And if you want to install by yourself also, that's also fine. Okay, so you can install it. But we will have one session on installation. We will do it. So today and tomorrow we are going to learn about this data warehousing concept only. Data warehouse. So first of all, we should know what is data warehouse. In the demo session itself, we have seen what is data warehouse and why do we need. But in depth we will see today. Okay, in depth we will see today, and then we'll go with today and tomorrow. It's a completely a theoretical part on data warehouse and basic of Informatica architecture and everything. Then day after tomorrow only we are going with the other concept. Okay. So here we have all the PPTs and everything, notes, everything will be given at the end of the day. Okay. So what is data warehouse? What is business intelligence first of all? So business intelligence is nothing but each and every organization at the end of the day, they want to track their business, how the business is going on, right? That's what the business people, so each and every organization, right? At the end of the day, they want to track their business, how the business is going on, what is the sales, what is the profit. So we are having different products. So how this is performing. Okay, so different metrics, revenue, different metrics they will be taking, and then if they have business in different regions, so regional wise sales, country wise sales, see all this they will be analyzing it, right? See all this they will be analyzing it. See all the analysis, if they want to do, they need to have the data. So business intelligence is meant for business people. It's meant for business people. For an example, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but we are allowing machine to think and take a decision accordingly. But business intelligence is nothing but we are giving the data in the form of data visualization to the reports to the business people. So from this reports, the business people will analyze it and then they will take a decision accordingly, right? That's what, if I'm going to give, this is the 6th day of sales, then the customer can, the business people can easily understand how the business is going on. So what is the sales and everything, right? So that's what the business intelligence. Business intelligence is nothing but at the end of the day, they have to run the business in an effective way. So good decisions by effectively managing the data. So if you consider the organization will have huge volume of data and they will be collecting the data from heterogeneous sources. So they do have lot of applications, different applications. The data is coming from different applications. If you consider during our 1980s, okay, in this range, we used to have only the database. Here, this is what the database, okay, database. This database, we used to store the data. At the same database, we used to collect the data. So we are storing the data here. On the same database, we are collecting the data. So that time, during 1990s, that time the data is very less, and this data is very less, and you can able to retrieve the data, create a report is very easy. It will not perform. You will not face any performance issues, right? So it's a data is very less. But after some time, the data volume has grown up. If you are loading the data on the database, at the same time you are pulling the data for reporting, the system has impacted in the sense performance wise, some degradations issues. Okay. So even if you're business hours in real-time project and all business hours, we will not allow to access some of the databases, right? So they will not allow us, the DBA will not allow us, the admin will not allow us to access this particular database. So why? Because if you are going to access this database, you are running some big queries, some aggregation queries, then other queries will not be working fine, right? So you will get, this transaction will get impacted. So to avoid this kind of scenario, they have come up with solution called, okay, instead of having one single database, we can have a different database. Okay, one database for transactions, the operational database for our to run the business. One database is for analyze the business. So this database, we will call it as data warehouse. So why it is data warehouse, right? Data warehouse is nothing but it will handle huge volume of data. Okay. So here we have the database called OLTP system. This one we will call it as OLTP. OLTP is nothing but online transaction processing. See, all our business is happening in this particular OLTP only. It's a transactional database. If you take IRCTC, if you take any business, if you are going to book a ticket, so everything you are going to buy a product online, so anything we are going to see only in the OLTP system. This is called OLTP. In order to run the business, I need to have the OLTP. So this one, the system, we will call it as OLTP. Still, we are using this kind of system only to run the business. Okay, to run the business, I need to have the OLTP system. To analyze the business, I want to analyze my business. Then I have to go for OLAP system. So OLAP is nothing but, so here this is what OLAP, OLAP system. It's a data warehouse. OLAP is nothing but online analytical processing. If I want to do analysis, so you can do analysis on this particular OLAP system. So this is what the analysis, okay? OLAP system. And this one to analyze the business. How this one to run the business, right? The same way to analyze the business, I need to have the OLAP system. So here we will call it as it's a data warehouse. It's a data warehouse. We will call it as it's a data warehouse. Data warehouse is nothing but the place where we will store all our historical data. Our company's historical data will be available in this data warehouse only. So previously this data warehouse, we used to have like a Teradata. You heard about this Teradata, right? So Teradata. So still some of the companies are using Teradata only, and Oracle. Okay, sometimes Oracle also will use OLTP as well as OLAP and SQL Server. So Microsoft SQL Server, and we have something like Netisa. Okay, Netisa also from IBM. So like this, we will be having a lot of different databases we'll be having, but huge volume. The volume will be very huge. Okay, the volume will be very huge. Historical place. See, if I'm having business like last 50 years, all the 50 years of data will be available in this data warehouse only. So now we are moving from data warehouse to data lake. So data lake is nothing but data lake. It's again huge volume of data. We are handling structured, semi-structured, unstructured data also. So that's what we are having the data warehouse. The loading mechanism will be different. The ETL pipeline will be different, but we do have data lake. Okay, lake house or the data lake, something. Okay, so what is data lake? So we have the GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Okay, heard about this GCP, right? Google Cloud Platform, or you can go for Microsoft Azure. So you can have the Azure here, or we have AWS, Amazon AWS S3. So to store the data, and we have something like Snowflake. So all this Snowflake also, it's one of the data warehouse only. So Snowflake, and you can have the big data Hive environment, Hadoop Hive. So that you can go for data warehousing environment. Okay, the data lake environment. So this is what we will store in our data in our data lake environment. Data lake will handle structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data also. What is meant by structured data? Whatever the data we are seeing in our Excel file or in our database table, so like rows and columns, please structured. Semi-structured. Semi-structured means semi-structured. It's nothing but whatever the data we are seeing in our that email is one of the best example for semi-structured. So email, our to address, CC address, BCC at all, it's a structured one. Whatever the subject and whatever the content we are body of the email, that's unstructured. So both will be a semi-structured one. And unstructured data. See, unstructured data are like a log file. Okay, so we are taking the log file from the web. So all the logs and cookies we are collecting, and then we are taking the audio file, video file, everything is a unstructured data. So in order to handle the structured, semi-structured, unstructured data, we are having the data lake. The loading mechanism from OLTP to OLAP, that will be different. So here the loading mechanism will be ETL process. We will take the data from source. Here we'll be having the ETL tool. Okay, ETL tool. So this tool will extract the data from source and then load the data transform the data into a single format, load the data into this data warehouse. So this process we will call it as ETL process. We'll call it as ETL, extraction, transformation. Okay, you are transforming the data into a single format, transform and load the data into data warehouse. Okay, this is what ETL process, extract, transform and load. So this ETL process, we will call it as it's a batch processing. So what is batch processing, right? So batch processing is nothing but, so batch by batch, the data will be moved from source system to target system. Okay, batch by batch. Say for an example, it is scheduled run. Informatica, we will schedule it. The job will be scheduled like we have based on the tables. It's based on the dimension table or fact table. We will schedule it. So 1 hour once, half an hour once, 4 hours once, intraday jobs, or we can go with 1 day once, or we can go with weekly jobs, monthly jobs, quarterly jobs. See, sometimes the yearly jobs also will be there. Like it will be taking backup of the records. So everything, the batch process, batch by batch, the data will be moved from source system to the target. So here the OLTP is not a single system. It is not a single database. We do have different databases here, different applications here. We might be taking data from Oracle SQL Server. Okay, so you can take the data from Oracle or SQL Server or DB2. So you can take the data from DB2, or you can take the data from SAP, Salesforce, okay, and the flat file also. Some of them from flat file. It depends on the particular company. They'll be having different applications. This is called heterogeneous sources. Okay, this is called heterogeneous source system. So what is heterogeneous? You'll be getting the data heterogeneous source. Okay, heterogeneous sources is nothing but getting the data from different databases, different applications, different format. Okay, you'll be getting the data, and then you are doing the ETL process, moving the data into data warehouse. Even in data warehouse also, you'll be having lot of different layers will be there. Okay, we'll be seeing that layers after some time. We'll be having the staging layer. Here we have the staging layer, then work layer, core layer. So different layers will be there. Like this data will be moved. Even in data lake also, we will be splitting the data lake into multiple layers, like a logical division. So that's what we will move the data. That's what the data will be moved. So this is what the batch processing will be taken. So what is the difference between data warehouse and data lake? So data warehouse will handle only structured data. Data warehouse will handle only structured data. Okay, structured data. Data lake will handle structured, semi-structured, unstructured data. Here in data warehouse, we will extract the data, transform the data, load the data into a single format, and then we will consume it by the downstream applications. Downstream applications are downstream reporting, dashboard, and everything. But here, what we will do from the data lake side, so we will extract the data from here. Okay, we will be taking the data from IoT devices. So in IoT devices, the mobile devices, sensors, so different logs, okay, web pages and everything we will collect. So all the collection we will do, and then we will ingest the data. So like a streaming, we will do all the streaming. We will ingest the data to a data warehouse, this data lake. So ingest, this is called extraction, ingestion. So we'll go for ingestion, ingest the data as a raw data into a data lake. Raw data only we will ingest. So raw data only we will ingest. Once after ingest the data, we will process it. So process it, again feeding back to the OLTP system. So why we are, see, even in our real-time environment, the data lake and the OLTP on the same database also. Okay, it's same on the GCP, same on the Azure or AWS or anything. Okay, but logically divided. So source system also you can have something like a NoSQL DBs. You can have MongoDB or different DBs. So we'll ingest the data. This one we will call it as this is batch processing, right? So this is called live processing. Okay, live processing or streaming the data. So we will stream the data. Okay, streaming the data here. So this is what we will do, the streaming the data from the source to target. Okay, just please go through this one. Give me 1 minute. Sorry. Okay, so this is called ingestion, data ingestion. We have some different tools are there, like a Spark. We have, you heard about this Kafka, right? Spark, Kafka and all. It's Kafka is for taking the logs from all the browsings. So whatever we are browsing, that all the logs, cookies, it will collect, and then continuously it will be sending to the data lake. So from here, the data lake, the data will be processed. So this is called streaming engine. I hope you have heard about the Spark and all. Spark and everything, Spark engine, it will continuously collect the data from source, and then it will stream the data as a packet by packet. Data will be moved to a data lake. So this is what the environment. This is also ETL pipeline. Okay, if you know this Informatica ETL pipeline, then learning this ETL pipeline is very easy. You can directly go and work. Here we will be writing some Spark code that will be taking. Okay. This is what will be data processing it. Once the data has been loaded, so from here, we will take the data for our reporting purpose. From here, so anything from Teradata or Oracle or SQL Server or Netisa or GCP or anything, you can connect to the, so anything it will be connected. So like a data visualization. So what is the different data visualization we have? So we have Tableau. Okay, we have Tableau from Salesforce. And then Microsoft, we have
Power BI.
Power BI. Okay, so we have Power BI, and then we have the ClickTech, we have the ClickView, right? So ClickView or ClickSense. See, these are all the tools are there. So why I'm telling all this, right? So whenever we are going to work on this ETL environment, you will be working on these team only. Okay, definitely they are only consuming our data. So they will be contacting us if there is any issues on the data. So definitely they will be contacting us. And after this, we have something like a Looker from GCP. We have the Google, we have the Looker. So one of the tool called Looker, and other tool is called, we have Quick Insight from Amazon. We have Quick Insight. You heard about this, right? So a lot of opportunities are there in this particular Quick Insight. Okay. So a lot of opportunities are there. If you learn this ETL Informatica, after that, if you are learning this Tableau or Power BI or Quick Insight or Looker or anything, we have a lot of opening as a data consultant or data engineer. So data engineer will, so data analyst or data architect, even the data lake environment we will be working on. Okay. So at least we should know what is GCP, how to do this BigQuery. So Azure and AWS, the architecture, if you know, then it's very easy. Even nowadays we are from Microsoft, we are having the data bricks, right? So it's one of the data lake environment, we have the data bricks. The same way here also with Quick Insight, we have the legacy system we are not using nowadays, but we have something like a Zoom data. Okay, legacy reporting tools called SAP Business Object. Okay, Business Object. And then we have the other tools are called IBM Cognos. Okay, so different tools are there. MicroStrategy. Okay, MicroStrategy, different tools are there. By using these tools, we can create a data visualization. See, this is what the business people will analyze the data. They will get the data from here. They will analyze it. If there is any discrepancy, the business analyst will raise an incident. Okay, will raise an incident to assign it to the reporting team. Reporting team will analyze it. Is there any issues, bug in the reporting side or in the ETL side, the data itself? If they are finding issues on the data warehouse, then they will be assigning the ticket to us. Then we have to backtrack it. So from source itself, we are getting the data. Then we have to assign the ticket to them, or as per the design, ETL design, this is what the business logic, this is what the data should be loaded. Then we will be taking, we are informing them, this is what. Otherwise, if the business logic to be modified, then we have to raise one change ticket. We have to get the approval. We have to move the data. So we have to do some ETL code changes. That's what in our real-time activities, day by day, it will be happening. Based on the business conditions, our business analyst team or the product owner or different members in the business team, they'll be giving us a use cases. So a lot of different functionalities they will be adding in the source systems. So that particular data, we should load it from the source to target. Most of the ETL logic already developed, and we'll be doing the enhancement on top of that. Or sometimes new tables, new functionalities, or new countries. They do have business in this particular country. They are going to start a new business in different countries. So we have to do all the ETL process for different country as well. That server we have to take it, and we have to accommodate into this existing tables with the new countries data also. That is also will be happening. So not only one single table, we'll be having hundreds of tables. All the tables we have to develop ETL logic, and then we have to move the data. So here the ingestion is nothing but we'll be taking the data, raw data, and then ingest the data into the data lake. In the data lake, we will process it like you have the lot of processing, right? The recommendations and bestseller, lot of news feed, and lot of analysis we will do. Okay, so that everything will be done in this data lake environment. Again, it will be feeding back to the OLTP for the user experience, better user experience. We will be feeding back. If we are the full stack developer, the front end full stack developer, we will be working on Java, J2E, or any Node, JS, React JS, all this, right? So all this we are working for the end user. If you are the full stack developer, we are working for the end user. But if we are the business intelligence developer, like business intelligence engineer, okay, ETL developer, or the reporting developer, we will be working for the business people. Whatever we are going to give the data, it will be used by the business people, the company CEO, VPs, directors, senior managers, business development team. So all these teams, they are going to analyze the data, and then they will take a decision accordingly. So they will analyze it. Just we have to give the data, then report the Tableau, Power BI, ClickView or ClickSense. They are going to create a report on top of it. And then business team, they will take a decision accordingly. Okay. On the business. So this is what the ETL process. So here the Informatica Power Center will come into picture. So here only the Informatica Power Center will come into picture. So we do have a lot of other tools are there. You will see all the tools. See what is Informatica Power Center is the ETL tool. It's a standalone ETL tool. It's a separate tool we have. So nowadays we are moving towards on the IaaS also. You heard about this IaaS, right? So IaaS is nothing but Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services. It's running on the cloud to connect with a lot of cloud databases, cloud systems and everything. But Informatica Power Center also, now they have released 10.5 version. It will connect with Azure and everything. Okay, so different cloud system also, this 10.5 version will connect. I will show you. This IaaS is like a web applications. So you will be opening that IaaS and then you can do it. If you know the Informatica Power Center very clearly, then yourself you can make comfortable on IACS also. It's same. Okay, 100%, 90% is same. Only 10% the appearance will be different. Appearance will be different. The connections they are going to connect it, that will be different, but it's the same. Okay, so this is what the Informatica Power Center and Informatica Intelligent Cloud Services IACS tool. Okay, any questions in this ETL process? Any questions here?
Yes, Chandra. Actually, OLTP and OLAP both are data warehouse only, right? And OLTP
No,
also is one of
OLTP
the.
is not a data warehouse. It
Okay.
will hold only maximum 1 year data or maximum 5 years data. That's all.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
And,
even 5 years also we will not hold it.
okay.
So we will purge the data from here. Okay, so we
Okay.
will have it. Say if I want to know last 5 years of business data, then only I will have it. So if I'm
Okay.
going to have more than 5 years here, the system will get impacted. See, if I have huge volume of table data in one single table, then the system will get impacted, right? We will not face that. We will face that some issues. We are going to ATM, we are dropping a money, then you will feel the slowness. Every step we will be feeling the slowness, right? So it will be network issue, but database side, if there is any issue, definitely you'll be facing a lot of slowness. So to avoid that only, anyhow, we are moving the data from source to target. We have already moved. All the 50 years of data is available. Any historical data you want to refer, go and refer it on the data warehouse. Okay.
Okay, got it.
So this is what we'll have it like the last 1 year. Even we will not hit directly this particular database. We will not hit it. So we'll be having different layers. Okay. Here we'll be having different layers. So one layer will be there. Something like ODS layer, other layers will be there. It will replicate the data from here to here. Our staging layer. We will load the data from here to here. Then here we will be applying some, I heard about this data quality. So IDQ, so Informatica data quality. So we will extract the data from source. We will load the data into IDQ stage. That means we will do all the data quality operations like data cleansing. We will do all the data cleansing, duplicate removal. So everything we will do it here, and we will load all the cleansed data. So from here, we will move the data from our this staging to our ETL staging. So that we will move. So that's it depends on the particular company, how they are having the framework. Okay. But this is what the source system, we do have different stages. Okay. So this is what the ETL process. Now I will explain what is data ingestion. Ingestion is nothing but this is extraction, transformation, loading, right? This is like your, say for an example, if you are going with IRCTC, every day 11:45 p.m. they will go for maintenance. So 11:45 p.m. if you go and check 11:45 p.m. IRCTC, they will go for maintenance. So that means they are taking the data, one day once data, they are moving from source to target. Okay, they are moving data from the source to target like one day once data. See, some tables we will take daily once. Some tables, some transaction tables, something like, so immediately we want to know the results. So that particular tables are, it's based on the frequency, based on the urgency, we will schedule it like half an hour once, 1 hour once, and everything. The data will be scheduled way Informatica is running. Say for an example, if it is 9 o'clock, if it is 1 hour once, so 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. whatever the data has been inserted, updated in the source system, so that will be pulled and then it will be loaded into the data warehouse, and the report, it will get refreshed automatically. The business people sitting here, 9 o'clock, they're seeing up to 9 o'clock data. So 9:30, yes, if it is 1 hour once load, 9:30 also they will be seeing up to 9 o'clock only. So when the 9:30 data will get updated, 10 o'clock batch will run. Okay, 10 o'clock batch will run. So that batch will take the data from 9 to 10, whatever the data has been inserted or updated here. So customer might be ordering the product, right? 9 to 10. So if it is 1 hour once data load, that 9 to 10 data will be updated. So automatically this Tableau or Power BI reports will get refreshed. automatically it will get refreshed. Okay. Then they are seeing the data. So previously they are seeing 9.5 million. Now they will be seeing 9.6 million. Sort of some different numbers they will be seeing that. So slightly changes. Yeah, all these are aggregation value only. They will be seeing the numbers, right? So this is what they'll be looking at. But here, continuously moving the data. Data ingestion is nothing but continuously we are moving the data. Think about Twitter. Okay, think about Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and everything. So is it like a batch mode? No. We will be continuously fetching the data from source, IoT devices, sensors, okay, NASA, ISRO, all this, right? We'll be continuously taking the data from here, source, and then we are moving to data lake, data ingestion. We will collect the data. We'll be having the some tool called Kafka, streaming called Spark. So that particular data, that particular tool will consume the data from all over the world, Then it will be loaded into the data lake. So from here we will process it. We'll be giving the, based on our search history, cookies, we'll be giving the recommendations, right? And also based on your tweet or like or dislike, how you are making, they will be going for the trend, world trend, the country level trend and everything. So that's what they will be doing the analysis. So this data lake environment, we are not going to see much here. Only the data warehouse, this ETL process we are going to see. So this is what the ETL process will be happening in our real time.
Data lake concepts may be used in that e-commerce field also, right? Like Amazon.
Yes. All the e-commerce site. So Amazon, we have all the mobile application site, right? So
Yeah.
Ola, Uber. So everything nowadays they are using data lake to process the data. And they do have OLTP. They do have Oracle system. They do have RDBMS. To run the business, they do have the RDBMS one. Okay.
Okay. One more doubt, like from the data lake, I mean, first it is moving from OLTP to OLAP, and after then why it threw back to the OLTP?
Yeah, again, they are giving some feeding. So based on your previous buying, okay, whatever
Okay.
the product you have bought. So based on that, they are giving this suggestions, right?
Okay.
Okay, they are giving this recommendations in YouTube. So whatever the video you are searching or you are seeing, mostly based on that they are giving the suggestions, right? See, based on the country, based on the people, based on the person, they will be analyzing it. Again, they are giving the recommendation. See, YouTube itself, they will be giving you the recommendations, and also by your search history, they are giving the recommendations, right? So how
Yeah, okay.
their YouTube is recommending some content. So based on the others located in your area, how they are searching, you are nearer to your particular area, how they are searching in your country, in your regions and everything. Based on that answer, they will give you. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a different scenarios are there. They are doing it a lot of analysis and then they are feeding back to this OLTP. The OLTP might be a like a RDBMS system, different. Okay, it's not only RDBMS. We do have MongoDB, different NoSQL DB, or the data lake itself, we will be having it. GCP itself, we will be having it. Okay, some portions, logical divisions. We'll be taking the data from there, it will be moved. So it's like a logical division also we'll be having. Clear?
Meaning you are saying the online transaction processing will not get impacted, right? Since they are using for BAU purpose.
Yes, it will not get impacted. It should not get impacted. So that's what we are having some replication server here. Okay, some replication server here, you will be having it. So I told, right, we'll be having, so if you take Oracle, we have an Oracle Golden Gate. So we have the Golden Gate. It's a Golden Gate's a replication server. So it will sync the data from this OLTP to some layers here. We'll be having some OS layer or ODS layer, some layers. So we will be having last 10 days of data here or last 5 days of data.
Okay.
Only last 5 days of data here. Okay. So from here only, all the ETL team will consume the data from here only, not here. So if you go and hit this, all the OLTP, again, it will get impacted. So we will not do it. So that's why here we are having it one layer. That's depends. The framework will be differ from project to project. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So this MySQL, PostgreSQL, or MongoDB will support, yes, on the OLTP side. Okay, OLTP side, any system. MySQL is for our big data environment. Nowadays we are using MySQL. Why? Because they are going for open source. So that's why they're using this MySQL or PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL also open source. MongoDB is NoSQL DB. So all this will be supported here. Okay, in this OLTP. Are you clear? So this one is basic for our Informatica. If you know this very clearly, then only whatever I'm going to explain now, it will be clear for you. Okay, this is what in our real time it will be happening. Our business analyst team, right? Our business analyst team, our business development team, or your data analyst team. Okay. Our business analyst team, they'll be analyzing this particular reports only. So they'll be coming up some use cases. Okay. Say they want to know if we are doing some transactions, transaction is getting declined. Okay, declined. So by the particular customer or by the system automatically some reasons. Okay. So we have to analyze why that most of the transactions is getting declined. The business analyst team, they're saying that, okay, 30% of the transaction is happening. It is getting declined in the last stage or some stages it's getting declined. Why it is getting declined? So it's due to the card issue or the network issue or by the person itself, they are declining it. Okay, a lot of reasons will be there, right? Why they are declining it? OTP issue. So a lot of analysis they will do. See, all the analysis they will do, and then based on that, to arrest this, they'll be giving us some suggestions. Okay, if there is a OTP issue, increase the server capability to deliver the OTP very quickly. Okay, if you are delaying the OTP like more than 3 seconds to 4 seconds, so there is a lot of possibility to decline that particular product, the last stage. So whenever they are ready for the transaction, you deliver it OTP quickly and read OTP and then fill it, complete the transaction within 2 seconds or 3 seconds. That's what, okay, that's what you are completing the transaction. Nowadays, they are having the e-wallet, right? So keep it the wallet inside the particular site itself, load some monies before that. So you can just one click, take the money. That's all. Okay. So it's completing the transaction very quickly. Then the customer, so most successful transaction will be getting it from the customer, right? So that's what the business development team, they are analyzing it, and then they will be giving suggestions to the business team. Okay, if you are going to do this, we can improve the business like this. Then it will be implemented on the OLTP side. Okay, the enhancement will be implemented on the OLTP side. Server enhancement, all this. So the OLT, this aggregating the data is nothing but we are integrating data from OLTP to OLAP. So database, data mart, data warehouse. What is data mart? See, data warehouse, we know. What is data warehouse? The data warehouse. So the data mart is nothing but a subset of your data warehouse. Subset of your data warehouse. It's again logical division. Logical division of this data warehouse. Say for an example, I want to send a merchant report. I'll be having merchant data mart. Okay, customer data mart, some supplier data mart. All this data mart will be there, different data mart. Based on the access and privileges, we'll be having the different data mart. So from the data mart, we will take the reports. If I'm working for merchant report, only merchant data mart I will have access. Other data mart I will not have access. Okay, so it will have some PII informations, other secured information. That's why for the security purpose, they are splitting the data warehouse into data mart. Based on your business area, you take the data from this particular small area. Okay, small subject. So that's what data mart will be. Data mart is nothing but subset of our data warehouse. Okay. Okay. So once we have aggregated the data into the data warehouse. Once we have aggregated, then we will present the data in the form of data visualization, like a reporting, Tableau, Power BI. See, all the reporting tool, we will create the reports. So if you are giving the data in this format, it is very easy to them, right? Business people, it is very easy to them to analyze it, right? Then they will take a decision accordingly. Okay, so this is 6 days or 5 days of business. Why this business is coming down? Or last 5 years, last 2 years due to COVID, some business loss or something like that different. Due to COVID, we are having a lot of transactions. So that's what they will analyze it. They will take a decision accordingly. Okay, how to improve the business? So how to improve the business in this particular area? So we have developed these many products. Out of this is the product is moving fast. This is the product is not moving. We do have the stocks in this particular store. We have to move the stocks to another store for the supply and demand. So like this, lot of analysis they will do on the particular business, and then they will take a decision. It is not only one particular business team. We do have different teams will be there. Business development team, they will be doing it all the analysis based on their area, and then they will take a decision accordingly. They will be feeding back to the source system. We will move the data. Okay, so in order to change anything on the source, they need to get a lot of approvals from the business architect team. Okay, so this is what data warehousing architecture, whatever I have explained so far, this is what the data warehouse architecture. We have the source here, ERP, enterprise resource planning, or all other social media, networking and everything, e-commerce site and everything, structured data, unstructured data. I told, right? It's a real-time data we are pulling or batch data we are pulling from the source, the data integration layer, all the data profiling, all the data cleansing, we will do it by using some IDQ tool or some layers. So from here we will consume the data to the data warehousing layer, like a staging layer. And once staging layer completed, we will go for different layers in enterprise data warehouse. This is called EDW. From here, the data will be moved to data mart. From here, it will be moving to all the BI applications. Like you have the Tableau, Power BI, all this mobile applications. And then data will be moved to some front-end tool also, on-demand services also. So this is what the data warehousing architecture. See, data warehouse, the ETL pipeline will be there. Okay, even if you are going for new cloud technologies, definitely this data warehousing architecture will be there. So we can move on to the cloud technologies, no issues. Still, a lot of companies are using Informatica Power Center for their ETL process. Okay. See, if you take, this is one of the analytics. This is one of the analytics reporting side. Say I'm giving the data. So this is one of the channel analytics. Say for example, for whoever is having the channel, we are giving the some analysis here. Okay, these many subscribers for last 28 days, 41% increment. Then these many views, this many watch time. Okay, then this is the day by day, how many uploads you have done and what is the views here. So it's very easy to understand, right, for the channel holders, right? So how much is the overview, the viewers, and what is the interest viewers, something like that. See, all this you are giving filter here, last 28 days, last 1 day, last 1 month, right? Or last this particular month, current month. You can go for last quarter, last 3 months, last year, or from the beginning. See, whatever it may be, they are giving the line chart here, bar chart. See the numbers they are giving. So this is called data visualization, the reporting. Okay, they are using different tools to provide the data. It's a near real-time data. See here, it's a latest activity, last 48 hours they are giving. So every 1 hour, the data is changing. Okay, now updating live, right? So this is called live data update. So this number will change often. Okay, 4837, 4832, something, this number will change. Okay, often it will change. This is called streaming the data, and then you are showing. This one will take the streaming the data. But now here we are seeing this one, right? Last 28 days. This is not streaming the data. This is like your data warehouse data only. Aggregations. This is live data. This is aggregation data. So in a single page, they will go for the scheduled data also and live data also. That's what they will be showing them. Okay, clear on this? This is what we'll go for the data. Okay, so this is the architecture of data warehouse. You can see here, this is the functional architecture of our data warehouse. Here we have the CRM. Okay, customer relationship management. And inventory, payroll, sales, general ledger, production, all the data we'll be collecting from source. We'll be moving the data into a data warehouse. From the warehouse, we'll be taking different metrics. Okay. So how the customer profitability, what is this? We are having different suppliers, how they are performing it. Okay, productivity and strategic performance, closed loop marketing, product profitability. So in real-time environment, we do have different metrics. All the different metrics will be collecting from the data warehouse data only. Okay, lot of aggregations will be running the data. So you'll be having last 3 months. Whenever we are going for any quarter results, right? The company is going for quarter results. They'll be taking all the 3 months data, right? All the 3 months data. So if I'm going to take aggregation of all the 3 months data, if I'm going to do that particular calculation in the source system, it will get impacted. We will not get one consolidated data. So payroll will be there in SAP. Okay, payroll will be there in SAP. Some different systems will be there. Oracle, SAP, different system will be there. It is not a consolidated data, but here single place, single unit. It will give you all our historical data. Last 10 years, I want to know last 5 years we are performing. Based on that, we have to speak in the board meeting and all. So that we have to take from the data warehouse only. Okay, this is what will be data warehouse environment. Okay, so what is data warehouse? As I have explained, it's a subject oriented. It's nothing but your data mart, subject oriented, like customer, supplier, product, sales is one subject oriented. Integrated, we are integrating the data from source system to data warehouse. Integrated. Time variant, all our data are historical perspective. Like we'll be having information like from day 1 to till date, we'll be having all the time variant data. And non-volatile. Non-volatile in the sense, like we will never ever overwrite or delete the data in the data warehouse. Remember, we will never ever overwrite or delete the data in the data warehouse. We will just load the data and we will keep the data for historical purpose. Okay, backup, we will keep it. So if any data change is happening in the source system, we will allow to change it. If you are going to a bank site and you are changing your address, the bank OLTP site, we will allow them to update your address. But in OLAP, we will have your previous address and this address also will be inserted newly. The new address will be marked as active address. The previous address will be marked as inactive address. So if you take Amazon, so they'll be having all your addresses, right? Whenever you are adding new address, they'll be keeping, and we are going for any checkout, then they'll be giving all suggestion of your address. Okay, which address you want to take. These are all business tricks. So you know, every time you are going to type your address, it will take a lot of time. Then customer will feel that very bored, right? So that's why they are already taken the addresses and everything they are giving, right? Everything they are making very easy for the customers to improve their business. Okay, that's what non-volatile collection of data to support management decision-making process. To support management decision-making process, we are using this data warehouse for the business intelligence. I hope you are clear what is business intelligence. Business intelligence is nothing but at the end of the day, I have to make my business in a profitable way. Okay, that's what the business intelligence. Okay, so I hope you are clear. This is again the modern trend warehouse definition. Integrated, architected, and periodic copying data from various heterogeneous sources, both inside and outside the enterprise, into a centralized repository optimized for reporting and analytical processing. This is what we are doing for the data warehousing. Okay, data lake also, this is what. Okay, why the companies deploying the data warehouse or data lake? Why? Because operational system is nothing but your OLTP side. OLTP are being impacted because of reporting request. So if a customer is asking last 3 months of data for the reporting purpose, then if you go and hit this operational system, so if you're the backend, huge volume of data it will consume, right? See, so Amazon per second order is 120 orders per second worldwide, 120 orders per second. Like you could think about the volume, how much volume it will be generated, and then 1 day volume, 1 week volume, 1 month volume, 1 quarter volume, how many records will be created, one order. So how they are handling all the data, right? See logs and everything, how they are handling it. So in that particular system, if you go and hit this OLTP for the reporting purpose, it will get impacted, right? So that's why. And also it will not give the OLTP cannot have all the historical data. We cannot keep all the historical data. We will have all the data mining operation, data warehouse operation in the data lake or data warehouse only. So we will not get any consistent data. So that's why, and also it's very expensive to maintain this OLTP system. Okay, OLAP side or data lake side, we have commodity hardwares. We can have the nowadays we have the commodity hardware side or data lake side. So that's why we are going for the data warehouse or data lake. So these two members are called it as fathers of data warehousing. Okay, fathers of data warehousing, Inman and Ralph Kimball. So Inman only the first person has suggested. So instead of having OLTP, we can have one more system called OLAP. One more system called OLAP, wherein we will load all our historical data. We will analyze it. That's what he has suggested first during 1990s, 80s itself. He has suggested. He has published international journal papers. Okay. From that only, they have created data warehouse. See, his suggestion is top-down approach. See, what is top-down approach, right? So first we will create. See, this is what our OLTP. From the OLTP, we will take the data and into a OLAP system. That's what OLAP is, nothing but our data warehouse. We will load the data into data warehouse. Even data warehouse, different layers will be there. That I will explain later. Data warehouse. From the warehouse, we will move the data to data mart. Okay. After creating the data warehouse completely, then based on the subject, you are creating the data mart, and then you are loading the data in this data warehouse to data mart. This process we will call it as top-down approach. This is a data modeling. Okay, data modeler will do it. Our data architect team, our data modeling team, they will do it. They will take the data from source. Okay, then they will load it. This is one time automation process. See, Informatica is fully completely automated. Okay, we will schedule it. After developing it, we will schedule it. So once it has been scheduled, the data will be moved from source system to target system. Okay, this is what it will be moved. Here the data mart will be there. This is what the data will be moved. Clear? Once after creating the data warehouse, if you create data mart, that will be called as top-down approach. After 10 years, Ralph Kimball has come up. Okay, so it is taking a lot of time to create a data warehouse. It is taking a lot of time. By the time, so what we can do here, we have the source system. Based on the subject, you create different data mart. Okay, initially we will create a different data mart, load the data into a data mart directly. Say for an example, I want to have the reports for merchant. I will create a merchant data mart. Only whatever the data I needed to have this merchant, I can take it from here, from this source, and then I will load it into this data mart. Okay, so it will have only merchant related data. So here customer related data, supplier related data. That's what we can load it. It's one particular subject area. After that, if you need, you can move the data to data warehouse. So this process we will call it as bottom-up approach. Okay, in this process there is some. So this is also some pros and cons are there. Here also some advantage, disadvantage. So based on the company's need, either they will go for top-down approach or bottom-up approach. Okay, it's a data modeling team, they will decide it, or they will go for hybrid approach. So what is hybrid approach? So this is source system is our sorry, here we have the OLTP to data mart to data warehouse to again data mart. Okay, so this process we will call it as hybrid approach. So this is what we will do it in our real-time projects. Okay, who will do it? Data modeling team will do it. They will do it. all the tables, data modeling and everything. As a ETL developer, we have to load the data into this particular model. So if I'm doing one business, okay, if I'm canceling a product, how many tables it should affect? Okay, so what are the different data I have to capture? So that will be decided by the data modeling team. As a ETL team, we have to take the data from source. We have to load it into the data warehouse based on the business needs. This is what we will do it. Okay, any doubts here? So we will stop here. So what is top-down approach? That's what I have explained. So source system, ETL process, we are loading into as data warehouse, data mart here. And this is the bottom-up approach. Okay. So we will continue this top-down and bottom-up. And so what is hybrid and what is dimension table, fact table. So what is task schema, snowflake schema, how this will be taking place in our real-time system. So all this we will see one by one. Okay, top down, bottom up. So different ETL tools, everything we will see tomorrow. We'll continue that, and we will go for Informatica ETL architecture and everything. Okay, I will tell you how to install it.
And you will be sending that SQL video sessions and for English and Tamil. That for that unique source as well.
Yeah. So I'll be sending day wise. Okay, day wise I will be sending to you.
Yeah, that will be better.
So you can go through it one by one. At least you complete day one by today and tomorrow. So by completing our 20 days of session, you'll be very thorough on all the 10 sessions. Okay.
Okay.
So, and also at the end of the day, I'll be, you can ping me your, so if you are definitely you are going to continue the session. So ping me your email ID, then I will send you this, this particular video along with notes and everything. Okay. This particular notes and documents and everything with this recording. Okay. So please ping me. I will send you all the details. That I will send it to you. Okay, download the Informatica. So how to do it? So Informatica installation. So I will tell you tomorrow how to do it. Try to do it by yourself. If you are not able to do, I will help you out. I will take your machine remotely and I will install it. Okay, by this weekend we will complete it. From Monday onwards, we'll be having exercises on day to day.
Okay. On Saturday, Sunday, the classes will be at 10 a.m. right?
No. Saturday, Sunday we will not have any session. This is weekday session. Saturday, Sunday we will keep it for practicing it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
See, all the 7 days if I keep, then student will not.
I don't understand.
Will not complete the exercise. They will not find time.
Yeah.
Okay. So any other questions?
Any course content is there?
Yeah. I will send that. You ping me. I will send you the course content. We will go along with the course content. It will take 30 days to 40 days.